Hey everyone, this is Domina Mara and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, give me a subscribe, follow my Instagram and Twitter accounts at Mara Domina, turn on all notifications on each of my social media accounts so that you know when new posts come out, and let's get started. Last week you heard me rant about the negative aspects of producing my self-portraits, so today I want to talk about the more positive side of my art and kink. I am now more of an artist than I ever was in school or working for a billion-dollar corporation. This is on top of being a bookkeeper, a marketer, a social media manager, a web designer, a makeup artist, a thorough cleaner, a sexual health expert, a pseudotherapist, and a dominatrix on top of daily chores and life obligations. Here's why. I can afford to pay for my own short films to be made. I have people who pay me for my work, and in turn, I'm using a fraction of that for space rental, inspiration for play, and for filmmaking. I'm also now a patron of other artists who enjoy collaborating with me because I'm a fellow artist and they don't have to explain those aspects to me. My work excites them. I'm doing this for the general masses to show them there are other sides to BDSM that aren't scary and that you don't need a dungeon to play. I've explained BDSM dynamics to the first cinematographer I worked with during Lady Luck. I've helped expand the second cinematographer's experience in filming rather than shooting photographic stills during Cocoon. The beauty of the lifestyle I've created for myself is that it will always be there. BDSM will be present whether or not it's for you or if you're just curious. There's such a wide range and it's okay not to be hardcore. Strict power exchange can be just as intense as straight impact. In 2019, I was accepted into 3 art shows: Artist Corner Gallery, Chocolate and Art Show, and Inkonst, which was international, hosted in Sweden. When I began my dominatrix journey, I would have never guessed that this was going to happen. Now, I'm using all my skills I learned that seemed so mundane at the time of school and in jobs where I wasn't really using my talents for the things I wanted to create. When I'm not in session, I'm practicing my craft of photography, boarding out short film concepts, collaborating with models, art directing other artists, photoshopping my ideal scenes, editing YouTube footage for behind the scenes, or presenting educational perspectives of female domination from my point of view. All of this culminates uniquely to me as an individual. My Venn diagram consists of BDSM in one circle, art in another, and then overlaps with personal, which includes fitness, nature, world travel, food, and all the other pleasures I have in life. I'm grateful for parting ways with the corporate world. It hurt when I left because it felt like I failed so early on. Not because I didn't have the talent for it, but because it just wasn't the right fit and they knew it before I did. I am not the type to be in service to someone even at a company that's paying me unless I have free range, which is not how the business world usually works. How many ranks would I have to go to be at the top? How many years will it take? How many days of doing the same things over and over until then? And even when I get to completing everything, there's only a handful of positions available for that top position, if not one solo spot. Who's to say that's even a guarantee when they could just hire someone who's already experienced from another company? Being independent is hard work, takes discipline, and takes a certain type of person to execute. Luckily, I have what it takes and I solve problems creatively. I no longer have to think about those questions because I am the top, pun intended. I don't have to prove to anyone in a hierarchical structure. I'm proving it day by day with leaps and bounds by producing time in and out of a dungeon, by always making new art and not the same boring things. You never see the same set or outfit twice, and by being true to who I am as a person and individual. I don't think I would ever dreamed of having an acting role being in front of camera instead of being behind it all the time. But I have signed papers with SAG-AFTRA and a studio network for performing as myself in my true dominatrix form for a season finale on a TV show. I was also luckily scouted for a docu-series that will be released at a later date on who I am and how I live my dom life. Both are short, but accurately powerful parts with invaluable representation of myself and what I do. Some of you have seen me featured on Dr. Susie's radio and TV show about trauma with a professional therapist to discuss how our work affects those who are in need of serious healing. That was one of 8 interviews I've done in my femdom career so far. All of these writings and videos can be seen on my publications page on my website, dominamara.org. Speaking of videos, when I'm not filming custom clips for specific fetishes and scenarios, I am filming myself reviewing past experiences, and more recently, sexy products, or exploring vanilla trends through the eyes of a dominatrix like ASMR on my YouTube channel. These videos are made for multiple reasons. 1, for fun. 2, as informative material I can reference so kinksters and viewers can get to know me without needing me to answer the same things repeatedly. 3, connect with people all around the world and introduce them to kink in a friendly way. And 4, allowing me to process and vlog about certain topics as an outlet. My channel has expanded from just talking to the camera, but also connecting with other dominas globally by interviewing them and their personal play spaces as seen with my Modern Dungeons playlist. This, along with lockdown, has inspired me to renovate my own living space and convert it into something more like a home that doubles as a backdrop for filming future content. You'll be seeing these makeovers soon. I used to despise editing, but once I began doing YouTube, I really got into the flow of it and actually started to enjoy going over my message and relishing in innovative juices for shot composition and appreciating my tedious documenting side. It's still creative, but in a different way. I'm also an official YouTube partner, and although one might think that I'm in a risque industry, I angle my work in a way that is extra vanilla as well as relatable. I always premiere my videos at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Saturdays and enable super chats in order to watch with my audience. They have the option of tipping me with stickers using the $ under the chat box should they feel like tipping me for what I do. In closing, I can now finance my own visions and execute them to my liking, give them free for the world to see, and not have to serve someone else as their designer for their mediocrity. I'm starting to break the surface on the other side of entertainment and art worlds and telling the world I'm here and that I'm my own artist, my own person, my own being. And I'm grateful. Of course, thank you to those who have already donated to help fund these projects, and I'm happy to receive any sponsors for future endeavors if you like my work and want to continue to see me create. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment below on if you've made a successful career change to advance your goals rather than staying where you were comfortably. Share my videos if you found it inspirational. Watch my previous short films here, and until next time, be safe, have fun, and keep it kinky, everyone. Okay, let's just raise it up because I think it can be better.